haven't had a boring life, but at the end of the day, we go around the country speaking about my experiences and overcoming adversity, and what we try to do is we try to motivate people to be the very best people that they can be. And it's what I strive every day to do. It's what I try to accomplish on a daily basis, and not only that, we really want to elevate the conversation around sexual abuse. It's reached pandemic proportions, not only in this country but in the world, and it's got to stop. It absolutely has to stop, because our children are way too sacred, and they should never, ever, ever have to go through what I've gone through and what countless others.
Beautiful.
It's really neat, eh?
Closer on the corners. There you go. Everybody in. Well, that's in the hole. It's like used to this big class. So yes, the respect, for the materials. We talked about the ceremonies, the spiritual aspect. One of the students had a dream, and in the dream she saw 3 spirits painted on the canoe: a wolf, a bear, and a turtle. And that's what the canoe name means. In this way, Dodam is 3-spirit canoe. Okay, so when we were trying to figure out why she saw that dream, we started asking in the class, which clan are you from? Like spirit, Dodam? And we were, all of the class, we were from 3 different clans. So it's the 3-spirit canoe.
Attaboy. Good job, Ashley.
For many, many years I struggled with drugs and alcohol, and I could string together small periods of sobriety, but I would always end up back in the same place. And so I quickly figured out that the one thing that was missing in my life was some sort of spiritual connection to something. And there was an elderly lady from a First Nations community outside of Calgary called Siksika, and she used to bring a bunch of kids to my hockey school in Calgary, and we became friends, and for many years. And then I got traded and we lost touch, and so I moved back to Calgary in 2005, and I opened up a business in Calgary. And one day she came walking through the front door of my new office, and we kind of picked up right where we left off. But she'd been sober for 35 years, and I was newly sober, and she encouraged me to start coming out to the reserve and working with the youth, which I did. And then I was introduced to the sweat lodge and smudging and powwows and sun dances, and that's where I really felt connected. And that's the reason why I've been able to string 2,500 continuous days of sobriety, is because I'm connected to to that spirituality. I'm an Aboriginal person, Metis and Cree, and something that I've always been extremely proud of.
Take a moment to just explain our logo back here. This is our Shared Vision logo, and our Shared Vision logo includes 4 distinct populations that are very important to us in here in Thames Valley. In the yellow quadrant of the logo is the Thunderbird, and that represents the Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, which is just outside of London. We have 3 local communities just outside of London. They are Chippewa, The white quadrant with the purple wampum belt, that's Oneida of the Thames. And in the red quadrant, we have Munsee Delaware Nation. We're 3 unique populations that all reside very close to London, and we welcome those students as part of our Thames Valley community. In the black quadrant, you see a cityscape, and there's a feather and a flag with an infinity symbol and an inukshuk, and that represents the very large Aboriginal population we have here in Thames Valley that live in the urban communities. First Nations, Metis and Inuit students, and we have First Nations students that are from all over Ontario and even all over Canada. So we have a very, very large FNMI population, very large proud FNMI population here in Thames Valley.
It's just kind of evolved into this, and so yeah, we get to travel across this great country, and we've been to some pretty amazing, incredible places. But you know, the theme is always the same. You know, me too, me too, me too, me too. I was abused, and so you know, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, that are looking for inspiration, and looking for a place to, you know, to start their process, and so, you know, to go back to what I talk about, that's what I talk about, is you know, facing that stuff head on, getting honest, and always moving ahead.